Episode 4: The Automobile and Henry Ford. Welcome back, inventors and dreamers. Last time, we soared through the skies with the Wright brothers, witnessing how their perseverance brought the gift of flight to humanity. Today, we're going to hit the road and explore an invention that transformed how we travel every single day, the automobile. And we'll meet the visionary who made it accessible to almost everyone, Henry Ford. What is an automobile? An automobile, commonly known as a car, is a self-propelled vehicle designed for travel on roads. Before cars, most people relied on horses, bicycles, or their own 2 feet to get around. Long journeys were slow, often uncomfortable, and limited to train lines or waterways. The invention of the automobile promised a new kind of freedom, the ability to go almost anywhere, anytime, under one's own power. It was more than just a new machine. It was a symbol of independence and a catalyst for change. Who invented the automobile? Unlike the airplane, which can be largely credited to the Wright brothers, the automobile's invention is a story of many brilliant minds contributing over many years. For centuries, inventors dreamed of vehicles that didn't need horses. Early attempts often involved steam power, but these machines were heavy, slow, and sometimes dangerous. Many people contributed to the car as we know it, but one name often stands out when we talk about making cars widely available: Henry Ford. While he didn't invent the car itself, Ford revolutionized its production, making it affordable for ordinary families. For he was an American engineer and businessman from Michigan, known for founding the Ford Motor Company. Like the Wright brothers, Ford didn't come from a wealthy background. He was raised on a farm and had a natural mechanical talent and an insatiable curiosity about how things worked. How was the automobile invented and mass-produced? The story of the automobile truly began in the late 19th century. Carl Benz, a German engineer, is often credited with inventing the first practical automobile powered by an internal combustion engine in 1886. His Benz patent motor wagon, 8 had 3 wheels and looked more like a motorized buggy than a modern car, but it worked. 9 soon after, other inventors in Germany, France, and eventually the United States began developing their own versions of gasoline-powered vehicles. However, these early cars were luxury items, handmade, very expensive, and only affordable for the rich. They were unreliable and often broke down, requiring constant repairs. This is where Henry Ford entered the scene. Ford's vision wasn't just to build cars, but to build cars that everyone could afford. He believed in the power of standardization and efficiency. Ford's breakthrough came not from inventing a new kind of car, but from pioneering the assembly line for car manufacturing. Instead of workers building one car from start to finish, the assembly line brought the car to the workers. Each worker was responsible for a specific, small task, like attaching a wheel or installing a seat. This method dramatically reduced the time it took to build a car. Before the assembly line, building a single car could take over 12 hours. With Ford's system, it was reduced to just 93 minutes. In 1908, Ford introduced the Model T, often called the Tin Lizzie. It was robust, simple to operate, and, thanks to the assembly line, affordable. Ford famously said, "Any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants so long as it is black," a choice driven by the fact that black paint dried the fastest, further speeding up production. The Model T became a global sensation, selling millions of units and truly putting the world on wheels. Why is the automobile important? The automobile's impact was enormous. It gave people unprecedented mobility. Farmers could get their goods to market faster, doctors could reach patients in remote areas, and families could visit relatives miles away. It spurred the growth of new industries like gasoline stations, repair shops, and motels. Cars also changed where and how people lived. 15 cities expanded outwards as people could commute from suburbs. Roads were paved and improved to accommodate the growing number of vehicles, leading to the development of national highway systems. 16. The automobile became a symbol of personal freedom and economic prosperity, reshaping the landscape and rhythm of daily life. 17. How did it change people's lives? Before the car, communities were often isolated. People lived, worked, and socialized within a small radius. The automobile shattered these geographical barriers. Vacations became popular as families could explore new places. Dating habits changed as young people could go on drives. Even shopping changed, with the rise of stores accessible by car. The impact on work was profound, too. Salespeople could cover more territory, goods could be transported across vast distances more quickly, and factories could receive raw materials and ship finished products with greater efficiency. The automobile created millions of jobs, not just in manufacturing, but in all the supporting industries that sprang up around it. 18. It wasn't always smooth. Accidents became a new concern, and traffic jams emerged as cities became crowded with cars. But the world had irrevocably changed. A short story. The assembly line dream. Henry Ford was a man obsessed with efficiency. 19. He'd spent countless hours in his workshops, sketching ideas and tinkering with engines. He watched how slaughterhouses used overhead conveyors to move meat, and he thought, why can't we do that with cars? His engineers and managers were often skeptical. Mr. Ford, it's too complicated, they'd say. Building a car requires skilled craftsmen working on one vehicle. But Ford was relentless. 20. He believed in breaking down complex tasks into simpler ones, like a puzzle. He knew that if each person did one small thing perfectly, the whole process would be faster and cheaper. He tried different layouts, rearranged machinery, and timed every single step. Sometimes, the line would grind to a halt because of a bottleneck. Workers would complain of monotony, but Ford would push them, saying, every minute saved is $1 earned, and $1 saved means more cars for more families. His vision was not just about making money, it was about democratizing transportation. He wanted his own workers to be able to afford the cars they built, so he famously offered a revolutionary wage of $5 a day, a very high wage for the time. 21. This allowed his employees to become his customers, creating a powerful cycle of production and consumption. The assembly line wasn't just a method, it was a philosophy that changed manufacturing forever. 22. Vocabulary list. Automobile, a road vehicle, typically with 4 wheels, powered by an internal combustion engine or electric motor. 23. Self-propelled, moving or able to move by its own power. Internal combustion engine, an engine that generates power by burning fuel inside the engine. 24. Luxury items, expensive goods that are not considered essential. 25. Standardization, the process of making something conform to a standard. 26. Efficiency, achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. 27. Assembly line, a manufacturing process in which parts are added as the semi-finished assembly moves from workstation to workstation where the parts are added in sequence. 28. Until the final assembly is produced. 29. 30. Model T, an automobile produced by Ford Motor Company from 1908 to 1927, widely regarded as the first affordable automobile. 31. Mobility, the ability to move or be moved freely and easily. Democratizing, making something available to everyone. Discussion questions. What do you think was the most significant impact of the automobile on daily life? How did Henry Ford's approach to manufacturing differ from how things were made before? If you had to choose between living without airplanes or living without cars, which would you choose and why? The automobile truly put the world on a faster track, shrinking distances and connecting communities in ways unimaginable before. From carriages to cars, from luxury items to everyday necessities, this invention paved the way for modern transportation. 32. But what other inventions have transformed our world in equally profound ways? And what will the future of transportation look like? To be continued.